For the past year or so, there's been a bit of a drought when it comes to first-person shooter games. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't any good games out there, as there's definitely loads of good single-player games that have released in the last couple of years. But if you're anything like me and pretty much only play AAA multiplayer titles, then you know it's been a little dry lately. It just seems like there hasn't been that one game that grabs everyone's attention for more than about a month. With the lack of quality content being dropped, especially from Call of Duty, Treyarch has a great opportunity to capitalize on this drought with the upcoming release of Black Ops 6. So with all the news and trailers dropping, do we really think it's going to live up to the hype? I'm sure most of you watching this video are familiar with the infamous COD cycle, and it seems like every year we're baited into spending more money on the newest Call of Duty game just to stop playing it after 2 months. I was actually able to end the cycle last year and didn't buy into that Modern Warfare 3 hype, but I've heard the multiplayer was actually pretty good, so I might have made a mistake, I don't know. I can definitely say that Black Ops 6 has reeled me into the hype, and I'm starting to believe that this might actually be able to revive Call of Duty for the foreseeable future. After seeing all the teasers for the campaign, and then seeing the gameplay reveal not long after that, I was very excited for this game's potential. But then the multiplayer got leaked, and people have been posting a bunch of clips and live streaming it on TikTok, and I can't lie, I was a little disappointed in how much this game looked like Cold War. I always get a little bit scared when it looks like a reskin of the previous game because that usually is an indicator that it's basically the same game with a few minor changes. However, I don't think that's the case with Black Ops 6 since this is a direct sequel to Cold War and it should look similar, but from what I've seen so far in all the trailers and the leaks, there's so many new features being added to Black Ops 6 that it will most likely not even feel like the same game. It seems like Treyarch is really putting a lot into this one, and with the full 4 years of development, I really do think this game will be better than I'm expecting. I've been doing a little bit of research on the recent Black Ops 6 news, so let's get into what new features I think will hopefully make this Call of Duty a good one. Starting off with probably the most anticipated feature in BO6, the Omni movement in my opinion looks very promising. This could either go really good or really bad. From the looks of it, it seems like a step in the right direction. This is something that we've never seen before in a Call of Duty game, and the innovative movement could make for a fun multiplayer experience. It might make things a lot more chaotic though, and I'm sure it will take a lot of getting used to in the early stages of the game. Overall, I'm eager to see how it works out and how it might impact Call of Duty games going forward. Moving on to the Prestige system, I'm super excited that they're bringing back the traditional Prestige system, giving us 55 levels, each Prestige, and 10 Prestiges to work through right off the bat. I've always been a fan of the traditional Prestige system a lot more than the recent takes on it, and I think that this will bring back the incentive to grind for a lot of the player base. Another new feature I'm excited to see in this upcoming Call of Duty game is being able to use enemies as human shields. This feature seems to work similarly to the assassinations in the previous games and looks fun to use, although it might get annoying at times when it happens to you, so we'll have to just wait and see how it turns out. I'm also excited to see the new customizable HUD system. I've always believed that customization is one of the key factors in making a great game, so I'm happy to see that Treyarch is leaning into that more and allowing players to customize the appearance of the HUD. Everyone has different preferences, so giving players several options creates a more unique and enjoyable experience. Another fan favorite feature that we're going to see making a comeback in Black Ops 6 is the Winter Circle from Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This was one of my favorite features that they added to Black Ops 3, and it seems like it's been missed by most of the Call of Duty community. So I'm sure most of you are just as excited as I am to see this coming back. If anything, this will actually give me a reason to spend money in the store again, so I can spam some emotes at the end of the match. We're also getting a brand new feature in BO6 multiplayer with the perk system. I'm not sure the official name for this feature yet, but I've been seeing it called Combat Specialties, which seems to be a different take on the Specialist bonus from previous Call of Duty titles. This feature involves the player equipping 3 of the same color perks, which activates an additional perk. There are 3 different combat specialties you can get. You have Enforcer, which gives you a temporary boost to movement speed and health regen after every kill. Then there's Recon, which gives you the ability to see enemies through walls for a short period of time after respawning. And lastly, you have Strategist, which boosts your score for objectives and destroying enemy equipment and score streaks. I'm really excited to see these in action. I think they will provide a unique impact on the pacing of the game, as well as the customization of the created class system. I'm eager to see what kind of classes people can come up with and how they can incorporate these combat specialties with different playstyles. Zombies seems to be the most anticipated game mode in this year's Call of Duty. Black Ops 6 Zombies is bringing in loads of new features that have never been seen before, as well as some returning fan favorite features from previous Call of Duty games. One of the brand new features in Black Ops 6 Zombies is the rumored save and quit option. From what I've seen, it seems like we'll be able to save our progress during a Zombies game as long as we're at full health, and then be able to come back to it later. I'm not sure on all the details, but I've heard that it even saves your progress if you lose connection to the internet. On top of that, we will also be seeing an option to join our friends' games in session, which I think is a pretty cool new feature. It'll be a huge help when not everyone's online at the same time, or your friends want to join in and you don't want to sacrifice the progress you've already made. Gobblegums will also be making a return in Black Ops 6. I'm happy to see these come back, especially since they were so liked by the zombies community in Black Ops 3. We'll be seeing a bunch of old Gobblegums returning, such as Perkaholic, Phoenix Up, and Anywhere But Here, just to name a few, along with some brand new Gobblegums as well. Another cool feature coming to zombies is the ability to carry 3 Gobblegums at once, and Gobblegums also no longer require liquid divinium, so you can just earn them by playing the game. I loved having Gobblegums in Black Ops 3, and I think they're a great addition to Black Ops 6. We've also got a new wonder weapon called the Beam Smasher. This thing looks pretty crazy, maybe even a little overpowered, but what wonder weapon isn't? It also seems to have 2 different modes, the second one kind of resembling the Paralyzer from Buried in Black Ops 2, so I'm pretty eager to see if it's any good. Something I noticed in the gameplay trailer that doesn't necessarily affect gameplay too much, but I thought was a pretty cool visual change, was the zombies in Black Ops 6 seem to have a variety of different body types and clothing, instead of them all just looking pretty much the same like we've seen in the past. There also seems to be some pretty freaky looking boss zombies in this game, so I'm curious to see how they're going to impact the gameplay. We're also going to be seeing a bunch of classic perks returning in Black Ops 6 Zombies. We've got Juggernog, Quick Revive, Speed Cola, Stamina Up, PhD Flopper with the new Omni movement, which I think will be very interesting, Deadshot Daiquiri, Elemental Pop, and we're getting a brand new perk called Melee Macchiato, which gives you the ability to one-punch zombies. These are all really great changes coming to zombies this year, and I can't wait to try them out myself. So do we think Black Ops 6 will live up to the hype? It certainly seems that way. Treyarch seems to be going all in, and with the amount of content both new and returning, it would be hard for this game to flop. After watching all the trailers and seeing what's coming, it's giving me that same feel as the older Call of Duty games. We can't always know for sure though, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. The beta drops on August 30th, so we'll get our first official look at the game and maybe we can be more certain. I'll be playing that, so I might make an update video after just on my thoughts about the beta and how I feel going forward. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment your opinions below and let me know what you guys think.